The point which is very confusing. When you say my vibrations are good, I like those vibrations, and while you jump into the ocean of filth. Many people have asked me, Mother, why is it sometimes we make mistakes? You do not make mistakes. It's your ignorance which is darkness. And that's why whenever you plunge into it, you fall into trouble. So that our knowledge has to be completely clear. Like in our house, supposing we have a lamp, it's dirty, you cannot get the light. In the same way, if our heart is not clean, especially our heart, if it is not clean, then we start doing things believing that it's right, and by which we hurt yourself or others, and by which we hurt yourself or others. It's a very, very common error in human nature to identify wrong things as right and just to make themselves look such a great, such a divine thing. Smaller things also we are very much identified, that if I have this thing, then everything will be fine. You cannot understand how people just jump at things and say, oh, Mother, this is ours, we must do this for ourselves, openly. They don't think it's wrong to say that this is my country, I must do for my country. Then another says that this is my country, I must do for my country. As long as there is this my and I, that means there is no knowledge. The knowledge, as I told you, pure knowledge, is that which gives you a pure light. Pure light means pure vibrations. Now, vibrations can be misleading, as I told you, or could be the quantity of vibrations can be less or more. But it's another way to see. Is to see for yourself, why do you want to do a particular thing? Mental also you can use parameter of mental understanding. Why do I want to do it? What is the gain for all the people? If you start thinking from that angle, that what is the gain for others? What will they gain by this? Why should I do it? You'll be amazed. You'll get the real picture of what you're doing. So you must keep yourself all the time in a state where you witness yourself. You see yourself, that why am I doing this? What is the purpose? Sometimes it could be some conditioning, could be some sort of a psychological thing, could be anything. But if you start watching carefully why I am doing it, you'll be amazed that your vibrations itself will start telling you on your fingertips. But sometimes the vibrations are so superficially coming, I got the vibrations, I am this, I am that. For this reason, I am saying again and again, though you are such a nice family of mine, and we are all so much blessed, and we have so much of knowledge with us, we should be very wise. If there is no wisdom, we can never understand what we are doing. Now, to develop this wisdom, what have we to do? So every time if I say anything, they'll come otherwise, Mother, how do we get wisdom? What is the way to get the wisdom? Wisdom you have already within you. Sri Ganesha is already there, who gives you the wisdom. But you must take to Sri Ganesh. There I find people become so much addicted to Sri Ganesh that they lose his identity completely. They become very slavish about the whole thing. And they just believe that they are very spiritual, they are very great. All these false ideas are no good. Does your Ganesha gives you wisdom? Now you must count how many wise things have you done so far. Where did you take a very wise decision? Have you been wise to do something? Or you have been just doing it because you are identified with a particular type of life, a particular type of answer. So wisdom is a thing that gives you, first of all, complete peace. If your wisdom is developed, then you become very peaceful. Because whatever people may say, whatever they may do, whatever aggression they may do, whatever it is, you are peaceful. And you see the stupidity of the other person, of the other nations, and you understand why they are doing it. This wisdom is such an important thing in human being. Because animals don't have so much wisdom as we have. Sometimes, of course, sometimes we have even less than animals have. But still, by experience, you see, we have to learn that we have been making mistakes. So many mistakes we have committed so far. Now, are we going to commit more mistakes? Or are we going to be wise? Wisdom is not apparent outside. You can't say somebody is wise by looking at that person. But in vibrations you will know that that person is extremely wise. He may speak, he may not speak. If he speaks, he'll speak about something so deep, so wise and so nice without hurting you. This kind of temperament, if you develop, is to become wise for every question. For example, some are very attached to their children. So much attached that they forget that they are part and parcel of this divine force. And they just start doing all kinds of things. The other day I met one lady whose son was very sick. And she took him to the hospital and doctors gave him all kinds of medicines and he became even worse. Then she telephones to me, "Mother, I don't know what happened. I went to the doctor and doctor gave him this and that treatment and the child has become..." But why didn't you ask me before? Why did you go to the hospital first? Lack of wisdom. I am there, why don't you ask? We had one case here in Kabila. There was one child who fell down and broke his arm. Now, the mother didn't show any wisdom. She took the child to the hospital and the doctor said, "Tomorrow we are going to operate her and put some artificial arm inside." But the father was sensible. He said, "All right, tomorrow, today I'll take the child at home." He brought the child to me in the night about 3 o'clock. I said, "All right." I put it right. Next day when he took it to the hospital, the doctor said, "But now there's no need to operate because his arm is all right." See the difference. One is worried, immediately they'll go to the doctor. Instead of consulting me, asking me, they are Saj Yogis. But they will go and ask the doctor to do something about it. Once the doctor starts doing something, then they'll come to me. There's lots of miracles which have taken place about Sahaja Yoga, I must say. And in that you should see the wisdom helps. Of course, my attention is there always, no doubt. But still, you should not take it for granted. You have to ask. One day, you see, I was just sitting, I just thought that I should telephone somebody in the ashram of New York. I never telephoned there. So I found out the phone number, we telephoned, and asked if, I said, "Is the child all right?" So the leader there was surprised because that boy had fallen in the water and was in the water for quite some time. And he was all filled with water, even his brain was filled with water. As usual, there were some doctors who said that he cannot survive, and if he survives, his brain has so much water that he cannot be normal. So I just said that don't worry, I didn't know, nobody told me, don't worry, the boy will be all right completely. So they were surprised how I said so. Firstly, how I knew that the boy had fallen, there was some boy like that, and then they didn't know how I said he'll be all right, and he was all right. He's perfectly all right. So they were surprised that my knowing about it. Okay, how is it that mother knows that there's a boy who is so sick? Here I will say it is pure knowledge. You see, my attention is always around you people, always dealing with you people. And how I know is this, that this attention of mine is global. So anything happens to you, any upsetting takes place, any, I should say, deviation takes place, my attention is there. And immediately I know there's something wrong somewhere. And I don't know how my attention goes to particular places, which makes it life better. It helps people in need. I don't do anything about this attention, but this attention is the wisdom that spreads all over. With that wisdom, you know what's wrong with another person or any other organization that is in Sahaja Yoga. Everything you come to know. If you want to know, it's different. It just you know, like it's spread out everywhere. For example, if you have to telephone, then you have to use the telephone. But for me, I don't have to use the telephone, I just know. So this has come from a pure, innocent wisdom. The innocent wisdom is just like a child. It is everywhere and it communicates and it tells what's the matter, what's the problem is. Many people have been cured with Sahaja Yoga. Many have been cured. Now, if they can say that, Mother, how did we get cured? What have we done? Did you see our chakras? Did you find out what was wrong with us? No, I haven't. But I leave it, in my wisdom, I leave it to Parama Chaitanya to do the job. This is the main point, is that can you leave everything to Param Chaitanya in your wisdom? If you cannot, then yet you have not felt the real knowledge within you. That is the level where some people are. I am not now so sure about those who get realization are all so much filled with pure knowledge. Some of them are, but not all of them. With experience they learn. With meeting people they learn. But as the wisdom, pure wisdom, is difficult for them because they do not rely entirely on the Param Chaitanya. Everything happens just Param Chaitanya knows, it understands, it organizes, it loves, it does everything. That's the energy it is. It does everything. And how it manages, how we call coincidences are really organized by Param Chaitanya. As I told you yesterday, the way the rain was. The rain came and went away. It has wisdom. Innately it knows I am sitting here, the program is going to start, stops. Flowers know me. You don't know when we have flowers. They are of this size. I don't do anything to them. They start blowing like this, they blast like that. Now one would say, Mother, how do they know? Because they are natural. We are unnatural. We have taken so many artificialities as part and parcel of life. See, all kinds of courtesy, this, that, all that's not necessary. All these stupid practices that we have adopted sometimes keep us away from pure knowledge. And when there's no pure knowledge, we don't know anything what's happening. You just get frightened for small things, upset for something. I mean, it's something very surprising to see Sahaja Yogi is getting upset. Among the 100 people, if supposing there's a problem. So, if you are a Sahaja Yogi, you have to just witness and see. If you cannot do that, then you are not a Sahaja Yogi. But it's not like practicing, like they say, if you have to have the blessings of Shiva you must say 108 times his name. That's not the way. He doesn't like it. You see, nobody likes that kind of a murmuring. You see, somebody comes and takes your name all the time near your door, you'll throw him out. So that's not the way. It's a wrong idea that you go on taking the name of somebody and that deity will help. First of all, you have to become wise enough to understand that you are a part and parcel of Param Chaitanya. Everything will work out by that. And it works out so beautifully. Of course, some people have hard time, I don't say they don't have. But it is not hard, because if you are one with Param Chaitanya, and you know that it is doing the job, you are not feeling that hardness or sickness or anything. All the people who write to me about their problems, I don't know what to say. To just say that, do you believe in Param Chaitanya? All right. It knows. It knows what is to be done. It knows what is to be corrected. It knows what is to be said. See, it can create poetry, it can create music, it can create everything. But do you leave everything to the Param Chaitanya? This is the second point in wisdom. Do you have wisdom to leave everything to Param Chaitanya? After experiencing also, like there was one lady who was going in the car and she found her car